stand. Oh. Okay. Hopefully no one had actually signed on yet. Either that or you just got like this of me. Hello. Hello, people. Okay, how many people are getting hit with this storm? So we'll see if we make it through the live or not. It is, we even moved our signs. Our signs are in cement buckets. Well, the buckets are gone because they've disintegrated. But the cement's left. And then my husband spray painted them black, though they kind of need a new coat. But we moved them up against the wall earlier because it was literally like, I don't want to use the word tornado because it wasn't, but it was wind things. And so we moved them up against well, then it moved back in again with rain, and one of them ended up in the parking lot again, even though they were up against the wall. So our brand new staff member gets a gold star for today because she went out there to retrieve it before it would hit someone's car and got soaking wet. Sorry. We're in Georgetown, Texas, and we're just getting this wall of storm, so hopefully I'll be able to stay live, but we'll see. Okay, tropical storm warning here from hurricane off the coast. Got it. Yeah, I know the we've had the weirdest weather this year, for sure. Yeah, it was crazy loud thunder, Cheryl, for sure. But hello, everyone that is joining. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't gone and commented on our post from today, I haven't pulled that yet. I'll pull that at the end of the live. We've got a not too long of a live today. We do have a bunch of cuddle / minky endables at the end of it. Just cloudy and Landers coming your way, Chris, I'm sure. Well, actually, I don't know. If it's coming from the Gulf, it would be going the other way, right? I don't know. Yeah, unplug your machines, unplug your irons. Yes, that would be a good idea. Even if you have surge protectors, though mine's sitting at home plugged in. Steven, if you're listening to this, please unplug that machine. Yeah, it'll be funny when I get home, whether he actually heard me or not. I don't know if he's still home. He's supposed to have practice tonight. So, oh, that's so funny, Joy. I just saw that and I thought it said Las Vegas. You can see where my brain is. And then I've got spiders crawling behind me, so I'm going to be kind of like creeped out all live. But I love this. This is kind of like a wall hanging / quilt. We'll talk about, we've got a kit for it. It's a local artist. It's Corinne Sovi. So it's her pattern, and I don't even know who the fabrics are by, to tell you the truth. That looks like Radiance, and Radiance might be Timeless. Anyways, so we'll talk about that kit sometime, and then we'll talk about some other things. It's raining, boss. Yeah, I know, Paris. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. So, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get going because I've got someone coming to help me with our AV thing that I'm still struggling with ease of use. So, all right. We have, so if you come in store, we have little QR codes that you can scan every time you come to the store. They're over in Laura's area. Bernina is doing a trip next fall to Paris. And when they were doing this and setting this up, and it's for a very small group of people that'll win, like 12, up to 12, because they're gonna stay in like boutique hotel. So that means, small numbers. It's not, like a sky rise or anything like that. And then they get to go to like all these different like textile places, these tours of these different shops and different textiles. And, they're making it very fabric forward, but not just quilting fabric, all kinds of different things that people would use, garment sewers, that kind of stuff. So with doing that, I guess Bernina got into talks with them. I was like, well, we might have some dealers that might want to do this and might want to take some people. And so they introduced us to the concept at BU. And so you don't have to be a Bernina owner to go. This is not a Bernina trip. This is a Poppy trip that we're using the same company that is doing this trip that Bernina is doing. Does that make sense? And we're targeting the spring of 2027. More to come on the dates there when we can lock actual dates in. But we figured the weather would be kind of decent around then. And if we don't go too late, because spring of 2027, that'll be Michael's senior year. It's a year and a half from now. And I won't want to be, but I'm going. I will be like your hostess with the mostest because I've never been to Paris. Well, I take that back. I've been in Paris. We flew into Paris, got on a bus. We're not even allowed to open our eyes and look at the Eiffel Tower. Just kidding. We could do that. But we got nowhere near it. We could see it off in the distance and drove to Germany. When my daughter, my oldest, was probably like 12-ish, we went with the soccer thing. So I've literally like stepped in France, but not very much. So we can only take 12 people, and I've already got 2 spots, mine and another one taken. So we have 10 openings. Now, this trip is not cheap. It is going to be a tour involved, and everything's coordinated for us, most of the meals, etc. So they're estimating, the problem is, right, you've got inflation, you've got exchange rates, which hopefully only get better because right now they're really really stinky. But they're estimating somewhere around $4,500. So I'm saying $4,500 to $5,000. And that's for the land portion. So that would cover some of your meals, your hotel, of course, because we would need a bed to sleep in. Don't even know if it's double occupancy. That's what I was asked. I'm assuming it's double occupancy per room, but don't know that. And then we would have to get there ourselves. So with that being said, anyone can join us because you can fly from Dallas or Oklahoma or Northeast or whatever and just meet us there for the timing that we need to meet to go and get started. So to get kind of see where everyone's at, there's a $500 deposit. It's refundable at this point because we're just getting into this, but we kind of need to see, are we going to even get enough people that want to do this? And we're looking at spring of 2027. So if you want more details, please let me know. I'm getting more details. I've reached out to the tour company. I'm getting all the things, but there will be free time. So the way they've got it, they have given up some more information. It's like the morning is taken with tour stuff, but then the afternoons are free. So you can either just go rest or you can go visit something that you want to visit, type of thing. So they've got where they've also booked in a lot of, because that was my problem when we went to Germany with my daughter on a tour. We literally saw only a couple of things and then soccer fields. And it was like we flew all the way over there and saw so little of Germany. I would have totally done it. And the next year they did it better because they got that feedback from us. Hey, like we need more. We're going all the way over there. Like we want to see all the stuff. So this will be, yes, boutique hotels. Yes, is staying in a boutique. You can do a nonstop on Delta. Nice. I don't know I haven't even looked at the options here for going from Austin, but yes, staying in boutique hotels and or I don't know if it's multiple hotels or it's just one, Bonnie, that I don't have an answer to, but it is boutique. I don't know, Doris, off the top of my head, but I'll get you that answer because I do have that information. I think it's 7 days, but don't quote me on that. So I'll get that. I should be more prepared. It's been a heck of a week. We'll talk about that more later. But anyway, so that's the Paris trip, sold 101. You guys feel free to answer, but I wanted to put it out there so people could start thinking about, kind of look at what their plans were for, spring of 2027 and let me know. Someone must have asked the ticket price. My sister from Italy is on here and she goes back and forth. She's actually here right now. And so she's saying $760 to $1,000. So I'm guessing someone asked about how much the flight would be. Okay. So, ooh, yeah, still plenty of time to get a passport. Absolutely. I need to check mine. Actually, I think mine expires in 2027, so I'll have to get mine updated. But yes, so there's that. So I just wanted to kind of talk about it so that it's out there in the world, because I know people have asked me to do cruises and that. I would really like to do a cruise, but I'd have to do it without Sam because she can never step foot on a cruise ship again. It just made her too sick. And so like that's daunting to me to do it. And so I haven't like gone further down the cruise rabbit hole. Okay, so Sam says Monday arrival and Sunday departure, so about a week. Thanks, Sam, for looking that up. Yeah, and you could add days since the plane is not part of the whole thing. You could absolutely add days. You could go other places, etc. So, all right, okay. It seems like the weather's calmed down a little bit, so that's good. All right, so I'm gonna get going. I've got some endabolts first, and then I have some new collections. A little project that I think I maybe showed you guys, but I wasn't sure, so we're showing again. We have a brand new blender in house, so we're going to show you the pre-cuts for it and a piece of it, so you guys kind of know it's kind of a cool blender. A brand new line from Andover called Sewing Bird, so I'm going to show you that. I've got the kit for this. Tim Holtz has come out with some jelly roll strips. Yeah. A new Quiltworks kit, and like I said, a new Tim Holtz backing. And then some endabolts that are wide backs and cuddle. Yeah, so that'll be near the end. All right, so first we're gonna go indigo palette. This is part of the Tim Holtz palette. It's just a really gorgeous. This is actually the newer one, so someone must have taken all but the last yard and a half off of a bolt. So this is a yard and a half piece of indigo Tim Holtz, kind of denim-y looking. It kind of looks like his crackle fabric, but it's a different color. That's sold 102. Sold 103 is crossweave and porcelain. And this is, so crossweave is actually a little tiny bit looser than your usual quilting. It's not a, oh my gosh, she tried to show us, we had a rep here today. She tried to show us, what's the fabric called that's really loose? Anyways, it's really nice. But this cross weave, so it has some texture to it just because of the way that is done. This is porcelain, 2 yards of that. Just kind of an eggshell color. And sold 104 is winter cherry grunge. Winter cherry grunge. So you've got red with a little bit of pink and purple and gray in here. See if I can get the light to show it right. It's a little bit deeper red. It's kind of a little bit browner red too. It's not a bright red. It's kind of almost an orangey brownish red. Now bright. Next we have bright. Untamed, check please. This is 1.25 yards in cosmic. No, not gauze. Gauze is more, even more than that. Gauze is really thin. This isn't thin. It'll come to me, maybe. Counterpoint 2. This is a 7/8 of a yard piece. Really great background fabric. I've used it numerous times in kits and stuff. Vivid in floral blue. No, Gail, but you keep guessing. This is 1 3/8. 1 3/8. Sam, what is it called that we kept telling her no, we didn't want any of? You helped early. Homespun, there we go. Homespun, there we go. Yep. Jean Rutledge wins the Atta Girl. Atta Girl. All right. 1 5/8 of brocade in blue. So these are the brand new Vivid line that are symposium specific. It's just end of bolts as we finish bolts, making kits or whatnot. And then I think we restocked on So Precise, which is the block of the month, though we're doing it, selling it as a kit because of the way you have to cut the fabric. It would have made it really impossible, though some of them are doing it as block of the months, but we just thought it was better to give you the whole chunk of fabric. And if we're gonna give you the whole chunk of fabric, we have to kind of get paid for it. So 1.5 yards here. So this one's from blue palette, not indigo palette. So indigo, blue. Next is purple, and purple is in-house and it is gorgeous. but it won't be out for until September 2nd weekend, I think, because we have to cut all the pre-orders that we have for it and do all of that stuff. And then that's sold 109, and then sold 110 is an easy piecing grid panel that has an issue, I think, if this is what this one is. Yeah, so it's missing. Patty, this hurt her to not cut this piece off, because she's like, you want me to leave it hanging? I said, yeah, I want to show them how much is missing. So you're missing a square on the end of two. It's 3 panels, but you can still use, like I use these for little pouches, so you still have plenty to use for a pouch. And then this one down here, the 3rd panel, it cuts into the 2nd one too, so you have 2 less usable. But we put this at like really low price, just because yeah, anyways, so it's still usable. It's just I can't stick it on the floor and explain it. I can explain it to you guys. So it's a good piece. You can use it for a bunch of things. There's a bunch of different things. Okay, next we have a brand new from Fancy That House. I wanted to say Sew That, but that's actually that's a quilt shop. That's a Quiltworks quilt shop. Anyways, okay, so Forge and Found. This, I'm actually going to start with the kit. So this is the kit. So this is Forge, Found, and Hand Me Down. So this is the kit. It's 60 by 71 and a half. It's almost like plaid, the way they did the fabrics around the outside, which I think is really fun. And then of course, this is a panel. You're not appliquing all that. That would be a lot of fun, right? If you needed something to do. But the center of that is a panel with the cream getting added around it. So everything's in here you need for the top and the binding and the pattern, of course. The backing is not in here. So this is, again, Fancy That Design House. And then that line, we also have, the little 2.5 inch cuties, mini charms. And then we have the 5 inch. We could not keep pre-cuts in. So we're ordering today from Moda. Moda is one of the ones that does pre-cuts usually really well. And so I was like, okay, we're just ordering pre-cuts with everything. So that, well, but that stuff doesn't come till next February, March. Anyways, 5 inch on that same gorgeous, it's a really kind of like fallish colors, kind of deeper colors, that you've got that gold color in there. Just really pretty. And then this is a set of 2 bandanas. So you've got 2 bandanas in here. You've got that one, and then you got this one. Both of them do have flowers on it, so probably your girl dogs would mainly wear this, but depends on if your boys like flowers or not. Sold 113. Where was there a cat? Where did I miss the cat? What do you guys say? Oh, back here. Oh, were you talking about her? Yeah, okay, sorry. I was like, when did I show you guys a cat? All right, next we have the brand new 3-yard quilt kit, 3-yard quilts book. Now this one is panels, and it's kind of, so it's like it's called Panel Perfect 3-yard quilts. So there's some for some bigger panels, and then there's some for some of your smaller panels. So it has different variations. So these would also be good for like orphan blocks. Like if you have a bunch of orphan blocks and you're like, oh, I need to put them into something, you could find the one that was the right size of orphan block and then use it. And then they do it where it's pretty minimal piecing, but it still looks like you worked on it and that you didn't just slap it together. And oh my gosh, I love this one. This one's on the front. I like it here. It looks like, you know, you've cut the panel, but you haven't. It's just the way they've done the little frames around it. That's so cool looking. All right, so that's their brand new book, Fabric Cafe. They write a lot. It would be helpful if I actually selected it too. Okay, it's selected now. All right. So we've got, now I think I might have shown this, and that's, but it is back to school time right now, so I had to show it again. I don't know if I showed it with the sample or not. It's a binder pouch kit. It's Sally Tomato, and it's one of those things so that you can like learn to work with different fabrics. So there's actually a very detailed video free that goes with this. We give you the information inside so you don't have to go hunting for it. Sam and Shell were good about like putting that information in here for you. And it's making this. It is making, and this is part of it. So we have included in there the, what is that called? Zipper pull that you can custom make. Now I still need to cut those off. I think they're a little bit long. It's a really long, you could like clean stuff with that. And that's just it. You have enough. That was from the leftover cork. So I think it would look better if we cut it a little bit shorter. But you work with vinyl. So you work with this vinyl that's really fun and adds a little bit of sparkle. But it's really nicely made too. You've got a zipper. So you put zipper in with cork. You're using cork. There's no batting in this. You could put cork embroiders so beautifully. You could absolutely embroider something beautiful on the back here. And then you have, these are metal screwed in O-rings. So they're really nice. So those are all included in here. You have everything you need in here except for the sewing machine and the needle for the sewing machine and the thread. To make it, now you need scissors and rotary cutter and that kind of stuff too, but so we've got it in 3 colors, and so this one's going to be a variant. Hold on, I'm trying to see what we called the variants. Oh, it's probably on here. So we've got turquoise, which is that color, kind of that greenish turquoise. Then we've got the, what did we call this? Quartz. It's kind of purpley, a purpley color. It does not come with the pens that you see here. Those are not included. Nor is it put together for you. You have to put it together yourself. And then this is coral. That looks very brown on the screen to me, but it's actually got a pretty pink color to it, but not too pink. It's not as pink as my shirt. So, all right. We've got, where are we at? Now I've like gotten myself all off the thing. All right, Cabin Peak. So this is a new pattern that we just got in. This one comes in 5 sizes. It is, it's a 1/4 yard friendly for the most part. Oh no, 1/2 yards there. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you. It's not a pre-cut friendly, but they've got like the quilt colors like listed out for you. So you could just try, I mean, look at that. That's just gonna be like just going like different shades. And then this is where you bring in more colors. But this is Cabin Peaks from Cotton and Joy Quilts. We just really liked this. It kind of like that mountains or something like that. So that is new here. All right, so this is the new blender we just got in, and we got a ton of bolts. I don't know, at least 20, something like that. I don't know, actually. I'm guessing we got the whole collection. So we have more blenders coming because I keep telling Sam, I'm like, oh my gosh, we need blenders. We need blenders. So this is what it looks like. So you can't buy this piece. I just wanted you guys to see it and see how, you know, it reads kind of turquoise from a distance, but then as you get closer you see that texture, but it's tone on tone on tone on tone texture, so you're not throwing other colors into it. What we do have, so that is on our live, and it is called fairy rings. So fairy, like the fairies that like are in children's books, F-A-I-R-Y. Rings is the name of the line. So if you wanted to go look at the yardage and buy some yardage online, you would go to poppyquiltandsew.com and you would just type in fairy rings and it would bring up all the fabrics. On the live today, I have the gorgeous, and this is made by Andover. So these fabrics are by Andover. The first one is the 2.5 inch strips. So you've got, see all those beautiful colors? Go a little slower so that it doesn't blur out on you guys. So that's the 2.5 inch strip roll. And then we have the 5 inch squares. So again, the same colors, all the colors. I'm not doing very good at flipping those. They're all stuck to each other. It looks like 2 or 3 per color. So that makes it, if there's 40 in here, there's probably about 20 colors. I didn't count them, sorry. So yeah, it is cool. It's a newer blender. It's definitely a newer blender to us. We've never had it before. I think it's just a newer blender in general. All right, next, if you like blue and the blues and whites and creams and those kind of colors, you're gonna love this line. All right, Sewing Bird 10-inch squares. So this, because that just shows all the pretty colors, but we roll our 10-inch squares. So this is your, what some people call layer cakes. Moda calls them layer cakes, but it's your 10-inch squares. So you've got, and we have yardage of this. We're missing 8 bolts. It was stuck in El Paso earlier today. It somehow got sent to a different part of Texas. So we're working on getting those. We've got most of them here. We're just short 8. So we will have yardage showing in the next couple of days online as well as in store. As soon as we get those other 8. So we've got 5-inch squares in it. So you've got, and it's called Sewing Bird. See, there was a spool there. So it's not, there's a couple of the fabrics that have a little bit of sewing, but it's more just pretty. It reminds me of that Edita Sitar one we had. Oh, this is Laundry Basket. It's a little bit more, I feel like, green than blue. Like the blue has a little more green to it than the last line. And that was years ago when we had that one. Actually, I think Cindy has a really gorgeous technique out of the month out of it, if I remember correctly. Okay, so 5-inch squares, 2.5-inch strips. So there, that really shows the pretty colors. Oh, focus. Why are you not focusing, camera? Just because it's dreary outside doesn't mean you need to be acting up on me. So we've got, and then all those gorgeous creams. And then the fat quarter bundle. Really gorgeous. Really pretty. All right. Now we are going to talk about the one behind us. So this is Cat O'Lantern Quilt Kit. So I've got the kit. The kit has the pattern in it, which is a pattern book. These are pieced. This is pieced with, this is applique. So there is a little bit of applique. These are applique. This part is pieced. That's applique. This is applique. That's applique. We just used hot fix, so they're not even sewn around. You've got the little pumpkin face. Those are applique as well. So you're not doing that tiny piecing. And then, I mean, those that have been around for a while know that, like, Michael's favorite candy, which he doesn't really eat candy, but candy corn is his candy. So like this, that's probably why I have this here. But this is just such a fun take on candy corn. And so we have the kit that's 48 by 60. So just a throw quilt or a good wall quilt. And like I said, the book's in there. The quilt pattern, but it's like a book. That's sold $124. And then sold $125. Oh, Marcia, you're on. Yeah, Laundry Basket. Laundry Baskets. Edita. Tell Wendy. Wendy did one too. It wasn't with the one, it was a different line of Edita, but anyways. So we also have just the pattern. Sorry, I squirrel all the time. Sold $125. So here's another way. So this way she did it more, I don't know. I like the brighter colors better. And here's if you wanted to put a lot of purple in there. Kind of that purpley pink color with the cute little cat. That's sold $125 if you've got your own fabrics you want to do it with. And then we've got a brand new, and since fall's coming up and you need a new quilt for fall, sold $126 is a half pack. Look how gorgeous those colors are. It's from Gather with a Grateful Heart is a fabric line, or most of it, though I see Dottie Thatched in there too. But you get to pick your pattern. With the half packs, you get a pattern with this. They're all throw size, like 48 by 60, 48 by 58. You know, they're all just throw size quilts, unless you get the double up pattern and get 2 of the same, and then you can make them bigger. But you get a free pattern with each one. So if you know which pattern you want, tell us as you're checking out. If you don't, they'll reach out to you. Yeah, Wendy's used a combination of different laundry basket fabric lines. Yeah. All right. Seasonal palette. 2.5-inch strips. So I told you, I don't know when the last time I've seen pre-cuts for Tim Holtz palettes. So there are 2 variants on the same thing. So Halloween and Christmas. So with his palette line, those of us, the shops that agreed to commit to 12 months of receiving, what is it, 10 bolts, 20 bolts of fabric, however many it is. We also then could buy his 2 seasonal palettes, which we did. Now he has jelly rolls that we were allowed to buy. So every shop can't have this. You have to be part of that program. But so this is his Halloween line. So it's going to be darker and it's going to have Halloween-y things. And then this one is sold 127. This is the Christmas line. Ooh, it includes that. I have a whole bolt of that at home. Someday I'm going to make Judy Niemeyer with that fabric. I don't even like red that much, but I just love that fabric. It's so gorgeous. So there is that. So you can do either Halloween or Christmas. We've got those in stock. And then I've got a brand new quilt kit. And then patterns. So the way the quilt kits, when they come from Judy, oh no, this has the paper in it. So you can either just buy the pattern or you can buy the kit that has the pattern in it. Sorry, I've got both to show you. So sold 128 is the Chantilly Star. So it's a really beautiful neutral quilt. I did not say boring, Marcia. Neutral quilt. And it is packaged by group number. So there's actually individual packages. Your papers are in with your fabrics by group. So it's all, you pull one out and you just start working on it. So that is, and it's always a little bit more expensive because the papers are expensive. The patterns themselves, the pattern by itself is $70. So the quilt kit is sold 128, and then the Chantilly Star, just the pattern itself with the papers, it does have the papers for the paper piecing, is like I said, it's $70. So if you had your own fabrics, because wouldn't this be gorgeous in this line? Oh yeah. So anyways, ideas, love it. Okay, now I've got a 108. I think it's the only 108 I have. Yes. So this one is chalk and charcoal 108, sold 130. It is a decent sized piece, 1 3/4 yards. So 63 inches. I should just have those memorized. 63 inches by 108. And it's just a taupey gray, taupey tan gray. And then I've got extra wide cuddle. So extra wide cuddle is 90 inches or 88 usable because of the selvages. So the first one, this one is C390 in silver, and this piece is 2 yards. So you've got 72 by 90, so definitely big enough for a quilt. Sold 131. It's silver, so it's a lighter gray color. And then I have a luxe, and the luxe is going to be 58 inches wide. And it is going to be 7/8 yard piece, so like 34 inches, 33 inches, in that rose colored, really pretty. And then we've got another extra wide because, you know, let's keep it challenging. This one is 90 inches and it is coral. So it's kind of this is a color shirt I wore yesterday. So yesterday I wore this color. Today I have pink on. I'm sure everyone's like, why are you wearing so much pink? 1.5 yards. 1.5 yards of this one. So 54 inches by 88 inches. Again, big enough for the back of a lot of quilts. And then I've got regular cuddle. So this is 58 inches. And it does look like a giant snowflake. This is just regular cuddle, and it is a 3/4 yard piece. So great for throw pillows or even pillowcases, that kind of thing, or a very small quilt, a baby quilt, because it's only about 27 inches by 58 inches. And then I have, hello?
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Yeah, what did I do? I've got fuzz from these jelly rolls in all over me.
So, the club that we're doing?
Oh yes, can you show that?
Yeah.
Because I am super excited. I
think I'm gonna do it now.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, so it's not active on the website just yet. I'm just waiting for the graphics to be uploaded. The person that's gonna upload them is probably watching this, but it'll be on later tonight or tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Shell, where are they?
We are going to do Posh Seasonal Club. So Free Spirit has teamed up with So Kind of Wonderful. So Kind of Wonderful does the easy curved piecing rulers. Using their mini wonderful curve ruler, which is my favorite one of theirs because it's mini and it's cute. There's gonna be a kind of like a block of the month, but it's gonna be kit of the month. And you're gonna make all 12 of these different kits. So you're gonna get the fabric for the top and the binding for all of these seasonal kits. So you have, and it's using top designers. So you've got Tula Pink, Tim Holtz, Kay Fassett, Sue Pin, and they're all about 24 to 28 by 36 to 42 inches long. So they would be great wall hangings, good decor. So you've got the cute little pumpkin, the turkey, the snowman, Santa Claus, and it's all using that easy curved piecing. It's one ruler that you need, which most of you already have, I would imagine. If you don't, I know where you can get it. But anyway, so that's gonna start next February, but we're gonna start taking orders now so that we can make sure we have enough for everybody that wants to participate. So if you don't sign up now, you may not get to participate. But I think it'll be a lot of fun to do, and yeah. So that'll be on our online soon.
Yes. Bonnie, that's the one that I was referencing that was coming. Yes, very excited about that. Just something a little bit different, and you know, So Kind of Wonderful. They were here. We should have them back again. We haven't had them here in a while now. It's been a year or two. So, all right. Circle Play Minky. This piece is 1.5 yards, so 54 inches by about 58 inches. Blues, greens. It looks wonderful with the new Vivid line, but it's just wonderful in general. And then I have a couple pieces of the black. So this first piece is, I can't see, and I don't want to tell you wrong. They're two different sizes. One of them's 1 yard and one of them's 1 3/4 yard. So I don't know which one is showing first because I can only see the one. So that doesn't really help me tell you. But one of them is 1 yard. So sold 136 is either 1 yard or 1 3/4, and then sold 137 is the other. Whichever one's more expensive, that would be the 1 3/4 yard, and that would be 63 by 58 inches. And with these Minkies, the way they do them, you can put them either way on a quilt, so it's not a problem. There's not, you know how it used to be that like you could really see the difference? You can't, and there's not a, to me there's not. Now someone with texture issues might really like it one way or the other, but to me it feels the same both ways too. Always. All different ways. Yeah. My DNA spreads all over the country. All right, another extra wide. This one piece is 2/3 of a yard by 90 inches, 88 inches. So 12, 24, by 98. That would be good to piece with something else for a back, or use for, again, like pillowcases or something like that, or small little ones, just throw a blanket or something. Oh my gosh, we just ordered, I think it was cards. This said, if you and we just ordered them, I don't know when they're coming in, but if you call this a blanket, I'm taking it back. If you call this quilt a blanket, I'm taking it back. So watch for that to come. Really funny. 1 yard piece of burnt orange, because we're in Texas, y'all, and it's called Rust. So 1 yard by 58 inches. And then last but not least, and I do still have a drawing to do, and you do have to be present to win, is sold 108, is the brand new palette backing. We're selling it by the yard. So if you only buy one of it, you're going to get 1 yard by 108 inches, which is fine, because this would be gorgeous as a focal blocks or something in a quilt. And so you could do it like that. But it brings in all of the colors, or most of the colors of palette. So you can use it with any of your palette quilts, any of your Tim Holtz quilts, any of your any quilts. Tim Holtz was a paper artist first, so you'll see things like, it looks like pieces of tape holding down this little square here. He actually goes out and sources. These are like authentic things that he goes out and sources, and then he puts them together into this gorgeousness. So this is, hey Sam, we're already at 0 on the palette, which I don't think is quite right. Thanks, Sam will fix that. If you go to waitlist, we do have a couple bolts of this, but we have to manage the online store and this, and so it's a balancing game, and so they will look and pull it from the online store and put it in, and then it'll come out of your wait list. Our carts do expire within about 2 hours after the first time you put something in. So let's just say 4 o'clock. It'll expire 6 o'clock Central Time. So do check out, even if you're waiting on some wait list items. And if you're paying shipping, it won't charge you within, I think it's 24 hours. Shipping, again, if it does, just put us a note in there and we'll get that credited back. Our shipping is $9.99. Goes out within a day or two of the live, unless we've noted, but I don't think anything here is I need to note. And if you spend over $100, it's free shipping. So if you do 2 orders and then you get over $100, just tell us to credit back your shipping in the notes. We try to watch for that kind of stuff. If you buy some here and then you go to the web and you buy from Poppy Quilt and Sew, and we're able to, and you get it done tonight, because this could ship, they could get it put together tomorrow morning, and they can get it all in one shipment, then just put a note, hey, I already paid shipping on comment sold. Take the shipping, credit the shipping charge, you know, because you might need, I don't know, some colors of this, because it's really pretty. Yes, the palette backing is really cool. Okay, so I was trying to keep to 45 minutes and I'm at 43 minutes. Oh, I have to do yes, sorry. I'm doing it right now, the drawing. So we pull a drawing. If you didn't get into today's, we pull it from our Facebook post of the day. And it's one that's the same every single week, but it's a new one every week. But it looks the same. Might have a couple words different, but it looks the same. So you guys know which one. Ooh, we got good numbers on there too. That just helps our algorithms, is why we do it. So we appreciate you guys making your little comments on there. And I am doing right now, it is pulling 10, 9, 8. You do have to be present to win. And I am on a 28 second delay. So Jan Lemage, Lemmage, are you on? You do have to comment. I'll give you about 30 seconds to comment. I don't know that I've seen anything yet, but oh, humid. Yeah, it's always humid here. That was a comment on that one. And then I'll start another one going just in case. Oh. That's really weird. Sam, this is really weird what just came up. Oh, Jan's here, so I don't have to go and do the other one, so I'm fine. Okay, awesome. So Jan, you'll see $10 comment sold credit in your account here very shortly. Don't forget to post your pictures of finished projects to Poppy Quilt Community, because you get into drawings that way. You also get into drawings on Quilt Sensational with different, this month is Marcia, so the certificate would be to Be So Creative. And next week, Wednesday, as long as things go well, you'll have Samantha, because I will be in St. Louis looking at the arches. And actually I'm there for training and then a mastermind group meeting. And that's kind of all I've got. So, you know, you guys be safe out there. Avoid weird weather. Try to. The rain, we need the rain. So the rain was really nice. The signs all over the parking lot wasn't so nice, but, and I'll see you guys around soon. Bye, y'all.